about mortgages and property, and I'm filming it. I'm not sure if you guys wanna. So I just wanted to find out, have you got a mortgage? Are you renting? What's your sort of situation?
I'm just renting right now.
Oh, you're renting right now. And what, are you looking to sort of get a mortgage in the future maybe?
Yeah, at some point, yeah. Probably hope so.
Do you know how much do you know about mortgages?
Probably out of my technical expertise.
Do you know how much you'd be able to borrow roughly, just based on sort of your salary?
I looked the other day, I think like I'd be able to get something for like 200k.
200k, so just obviously just 5.5 times your annual salary before tax. Young people like yourself that have to get a property, interest rates will be quite high.
Yeah.
So it may be difficult. What's your sort of opinion on that?
Times tough.
Before you sort of met myself and we went to sort of all through your mortgage details, what was the most difficult thing that you found in the process?
Basically, main thing was my mortgage, which I believe has been sorted.
Yes.
And the second thing, obviously, all these estate agents, they are not taking you serious while viewing and all that stuff. But since I have found you, everybody is taking you serious because everything is being arranged by you. So that was the difficulties in the past.
And what sort of advice would you give sort of people, first-time buyers that are sort of looking for properties? What would be the best advice you would give them?
It's very difficult to find a good estate agent, a good advisor, a good broker. I recommend them to contact Griffin and Mr. Kevin because it's really difficult nowadays to find a person who can give you the proper guidance in relation to control this inflation as well.
Yes.
So at the time of this inflation, the guide, you are the best guide.
So speak to a mortgage broker, guys. That's the best advice you can get.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Khan. Appreciate it.
All right.
Appreciate it. Thank you. So just wanted to find out a little bit more about your property search. How's it been going? How you've sort of found it?
I mean, in a nutshell, it's been quite frustrating. We've been looking since probably January.
So it's been almost 5-6 months.
Yeah. There's been a couple of properties that we like. One we felt was a little bit overpriced for what we wanted to put the bid in for. I guess we're finding that whole sort of housing market prices haven't really come down that much, even though they were predicted to come down a bit. There is a lot of stock out there. We found that there was a lot of stock at the beginning of the year, and that's all been swallowed up. Like all the cheaper sort of properties have just been taken straight away. So you're sort of left with the rest. So we've been doing viewings nearly every Saturday, on average like 4 to 5 viewings per day really.
I mean, you're doing all of these viewings. Have you managed to put any offers down on any of the properties?
Yeah, we've got one down at the moment. So we had to go 5 above the asking.
Oh, wow.
Just because they've already got the asking price in. But yeah, we're not too sure where we stand with that at the moment. So we're going to hopefully find that in the next few days.
Perfect. So a lot of the time with estate agents, they'll try and conditionally sell to you, although it's illegal. So just wanted to find out a little bit more about your property search. How's it been going? How you've sort of found it? I think the best question to probably ask in this situation is, I'm assuming you've spoken to a mortgage broker, so you know what you're sort of doing with your finances, right? Perfect. I mean, has he sort of helped you at all with sort of negotiating prices for properties, or even helping you search for properties at all?
I wouldn't say searching for properties. I mean, we've spoken to about maybe 3 or 4 different brokers. We find that the ones that are sort of associated with an estate agent, they'll be quite helpful in that you'll be the first to on their shortlist if their property
comes onto the
market before it's hit the online websites and all the search websites, that you're the first one in. But then again, will they be able to offer the best rates than an independent? You know? So it's just like, where do you go?
No, definitely. So just to sort of give you some advice, when you are speaking to mortgage brokers, it's good to know that, look, you should say to these brokers that you're happy to get financially qualified, but it doesn't necessarily mean you have to use them as a broker.
There's very little information out there where you're going as a couple where one person's a first-time buyer and the other person isn't.
As a broker, I think in the industry is quite competitive, and what we sort of see a lot of the time is brokers will come, sit down, give you advice based on your situation, give you an AIP and sort of send you off on your own. For first-time buyers, it can be really, really daunting. So imagine you're going out, you don't really know what the prices are, you don't really know how estate agencies work. So it's always good to have someone on your side. I'm a mortgage broker, so I try to tailor myself quite differently. So I actually actively get involved in putting the offers in for my clients, doing searches on the property. So I have a couple of market intelligence tools which gives us loads of information about any sort of property in the UK, and we can use that information to negotiate with estate agents, which is what brokers should be doing. So they should really be actively helping you search for properties, but also negotiating, giving you advice on how to do these things. What would you sort of say to the viewers in terms of viewings and searching? What would be sort of the best advice you could give someone? You're a first-time buyer, aren't you, sir?
I'm not, no, my partner is, but so yeah, we're in a bit of a mixed scenario. So she is, but I'm not. whatnot.
Okay, so you're quite clued up then.
Yeah, a little bit. I've gone through the process sort of 8 years ago. There's very little information out there where you're going as a couple where one person's a first-time buyer and the other person isn't. Spoken to some of the experts, they said that, well, you're not considered a first-time buyer, so we won't benefit.
What you can do a lot of the time is you can both be on the mortgage together, but one of you own the property, but you'll still be on the deed. So there is a way around it. Also, what you can do is have just her name on the property. You can go down as a guarantor. You can still get the mortgage and create a contract where if anything does happen in the future where you guys sort of separate, again, worst case scenario, you will still have your share of the property. So there are ways around it. Not sure if you want to, obviously I'm doing a video, some people don't want to be included.
I'd rather not be in the video, but I've got a couple minutes we want to talk about.
Yeah. Have you got a mortgage at all? No? Looking to get one in the future?
I mean, at some point, I live at home with my mum still.
Sorry if I'm being a bit intrusive, but how old are you if you don't mind?
21.
21. And how much do you sort of know about mortgages?
Very little.
Very little. Do you know how much you sort of need for a deposit? Do you know roughly how much you're able to borrow on your salary?
Not exactly, no.
So I'll show you. Make things easier because it's probably valuable information if you're looking to buy a property. So just to give you an example, if your salary is 30k, just as an example, if you times that by 5.5, that gives you 165k. So that's roughly how much you're able to borrow with that salary. So obviously if you're earning more, you're able to borrow more. And then as a deposit, all you need is 5%. So let's say you're looking at a property that's 300,000, you need 15k. So 15k, and then obviously how much you're able to borrow will be dependent on your salary. It's a nice day, so I thought I'd go around maybe giving people some useful information and also getting some opinions just for obviously people online on social media. Right. Just wanted to ask, have you got potentially a couple minutes to spare? I'm just sort of going around speaking to people about property and mortgages. Just wanted to get maybe a couple of opinions from yourself, if that's all right. Sure. The Bank of England have had an announcement today, so the Bank of England's base rate is stayed the same. It was just announced at 12 o'clock today. What's your sort of opinion on that? I'm not sure if you have a mortgage.
Yeah, we just had an offer accepted not long ago. And
okay.
Mortgage, so we got a house sale going through.
Okay,
so you. Buyer, so.
Oh, perfect. That's nice. Congratulations. That's good.
It's a good timing, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And if you don't mind me asking, what sort of interest rates were you given?
Off the top of my head, we locked in. So we got the formal offer. I think we locked in at 4.7. I understand that up until completion, we can ask for it to be updated if it gets any better, but it's got a bit worse more recently.
It looks like it has gotten worse. Yeah.
So I think we did all right. Not.
They were a bit lower in the beginning of the year. Right. What's your sort of opinion on your current monthly payments? Do you think they're quite high? Do you think they could be better?
I mean, we're first-time buyers and we've been renting since we moved over here from New Zealand. Our rents have just kept going up. It's going to be more than our rental, but the amount we were putting towards a deposit on top of our rent at the moment is going to be about the same. So, and we're not getting any younger.
Yeah, and at least you're saving your money. You're not sort of giving it to a landlord and it's sort of going to waste. If you then want to sell your property, maybe move back to New Zealand, then you can do. Yeah. Your money's there. It's not sort of lost on rent.
Now, affordability-wise, we're all right. Could be better, could be worse, sort of thing. And if it gets a bit worse, we could survive that too. So
perfect.
We've sort of measured it.
Future again, equity that you're putting into the property, house prices go up, then you can upsize in the next sort of 5 years. So I personally think what you're doing is a good thing.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Cheers.
So you're on the right path. And thank you for your time. Honestly, thank you. Appreciate it. Take care. Rates are quite high at the moment, so just seeing how people are sort of coping with that. Have you got a property at all, or looking to buy a property in the near future? No, why? What's the reason you're not sort of looking to buy a property? You sort of renting? Oh, you've already got a property. Okay, is that bought? You've bought it? Have you sort of seen what's happening with interest rates at the moment?
Not very good.
Yeah, Bank of England have kept interest rates the same from today. So there was an announcement today at 12 o'clock, and interest rates have stayed stagnant, which is obviously going to have an impact on people like yourself that own a house. So what's your sort of opinion on that?
It's not very good, but it depends whether you got a mortgage or not, isn't it?
Is that so? You own your house outright? Oh, there you go. Then so you wouldn't.
It's still bad the way it is. The interest rate. They should,
Definitely.
Making it hard for people, trying to cripple people. But
yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. But even with your property, I mean, if you own it outright, you could always remortgage it, refinance, take out.
You're going back into the same bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah, but then you're buying something, and then that's generating you money. The value of the property is also going up. So it's a way you're sort of monopolizing your money. How's your sort of property search?
Been all right. Well, it's been quite expensive.
Yeah. Faced many challenges?
Not too many. I mean, I'm a first-time buyer.
Okay, and obviously, as a first-time buyer, what's the sort of most difficult thing you found? I mean, have you spoken to a mortgage broker? Have you found that sort of easy?
Yeah, I was planning to a mortgage broker, got that all sorted. Hard to get mortgages as high as you like these days, but managed to get what I need.
Perfect. And has your broker sort of helped you with these sort of negotiations at all? Helped you look for a property? Helped you negotiate the price, put in the offer, and all the rest of it?
It hasn't so much helped me look for the property, but it's helped me in negotiations.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to get an insight from yourself. Appreciate it.